was regarded as a gift or an ex gratia payment by any employer to his employees. It can be in cash or it can be in kind, and generally the bonus is given to motivate the efforts of the employee's performance. And it was initially started during the First World War, somewhere in the year 1917, in the textile industry of Bombay and Ahmedabad, and they gave 10% increase in their wages as war bonus. So, and this was increased to 15% in the year 1918. So, and during the Second World War, the industries have started announcing the bonus to the employees. So, what is bonus? Now, it was considered initially as an ex gratia. Now, ex gratia is, what do we say? It is generally considered derogatory. I mean, you don't call a bonus as an ex gratia. Bonus is generally you're sharing the profits of the company with the employees or the workers who are part of the production. Okay. So in that way, the payment of the Bonus Act has come into picture in the year 1965. So neither the term has been defined by any act or any other law. So the Bonus Commission of India said that it is difficult to define the rigid terms and the concept of bonus, but it is nothing but whenever the profits are supernormal, which exceeds the original, target. So the part of the profit should be shared with the workers. So that is what is called as the bonus. So this act extends to whole of India, and it is applicable to the employees where there are 20 or more workers employed. And subsequently, if the number of employees are falling short, I mean, you apply the Bonus Act and suddenly 2 or 3 employees leave. Okay, so there, but still you cannot say that the act is not applicable unless the number of employees falls below 10. Now, coming to the definitions, what is an accounting year? An accounting year is a period of 12 months, and generally it starts on the first day of April and ends on 31st of March. So generally the accounting year is used for the financial accounts closing. So your profits will be calculated on 31st March of every year. Now, allocable surplus is nothing but 67% of the available surplus in any accounting year is called as allocable surplus. And in any other case other than the provisions mentioned in the section 194, it is 60% of the available surplus is called as the allocable surplus. And the appropriate government, it can be the state government or it can be the central government where the establishment has been starting performing. Available surplus, it means that the available surplus which is computed under section 5 of the Act. Award is an interim or final determination of any degree. Company, it can be an Indian company or a foreign company defined under Companies Act 1956. Now it is amended. We have Companies Act 2013. Corporation, it is the corporate established under any central, provisional or state law or province. Employee is a person who is employed on a salary or wages not exceeding 10,000 per month. And who is an employer? An employer is a person who actually runs the factory, who actually establishes the factory and is the owner of the factory. Salary or wage, it means all the remuneration other than the overtime, and it is expressed in terms of money, and it is based on the terms of the employment, and it excludes the accommodation, light, water, medical, traveling concession, bonus, contribution paid to the provident fund, or any retrenchment or any commission payable. So these definitions we have seen under Wage and Salary Administration chapter. Now coming to the eligibility for the bonus, every employee shall be eligible or entitled to be paid by his employer in any accounting year the bonus, provided he is disqualified under Section 9. So what is the disqualification? If he is dismissed from the service due to fraud or any riotous or violent behavior when he was in the premises or the establishment of the factory, or misappropriation or theft or sabotage of any property of the establishment. So, under these three cases, he will be disqualified. He or she will be disqualified for the payment of bonus. Now, coming to the payment of minimum and maximum bonus. Now, the minimum bonus is defined as per Section 10. The minimum will be 8.33% of salary or wage earned by the employee during the accounting year, or rupees 100, whichever is higher. Okay. So whether or not the employer has any allocable surplus in the accounting year, this is the minimum amount of the bonus which is supposed to be paid to the employees. And if the employee has not completed the 15 years of age at the beginning of the accounting year, then it will be 100 rupees. Instead of 100 rupees, it would be 60 rupees, which you have to substitute. I mean, it is 8.33% or 60 rupees. And as per Section 11, the maximum amount of bonus can be in lieu of such bonus, every employer is supposed to pay the maximum amount of 20% to the employee or to the wage holder if he is employed for a period of 12 months in the accounting year. Okay. So what is the minimum? It is 8.33%. And how much is the maximum? It is 20% of the salary or wage. And this will be where the salary or wage of an employee exceeds 7,000 rupees per month. The bonus under Section 10 or 11 shall be calculated as if his salary or wage was 7,000 per month. Okay. So even if it is above 7,000, the bonus will be calculated as if the person is earning only 7,000. Okay. And if the employee has not worked for all the working days in an accounting year, the minimum bonus of 100 rupees or the case may be of 60 rupees. Okay. So that will be calculated proportionately by reduction in the number of days. Now, how do you compute the number of working days? If the employee shall be deemed to have worked in an establishment in any accounting year, if he has been on leave with salary or wage. As such, I told you people, like based on the company's policies, every employee will get the 7th day. I mean, he need not work continuously for 7 days. After every 6 days, the week beginning will be a holiday. As well as for every month, completed month, he will get a paid leave, wherein you will be paid on that leave. And he has been absent due to temporary disablement, or if the employee is on maternity leave, or the employee has been laid off under an agreement. Okay, so we have seen what is layoff, what is retrenchment, right? So if any of these things happen, the number of working days will be calculated accordingly. Now, the set on and set off allocable surpluses, where in any accounting year, the allocable surplus exceeds the amount of maximum bonus payable to the employees in that particular establishment under Section 11, then the excess shall be subject to the limit of 20%. So even if they have excess, they cannot give excess bonus. The maximum amount of bonus can be restricted only to 20%. Okay. And even if it is generally, whenever you are calculating the accounting year, the 12 months period has to be taken. And if there is any set off and carry forward of the calculation of the bonus in the succeeding accounting year, whatever the amount which has been set or set off carried forward from the earliest accounting year shall be first taken into account. For example, if in the previous year the bonus has not been paid, so that amount will be considered first rather than the current year bonus. Okay. And there is also an adjustment whenever interim bonus. Now, what is interim bonus? Any bonus declared between two accounting periods is called as an interim bonus. Okay. So, even the interim bonus, the employee shall be eligible and they are entitled to receive the interim bonus. Now, coming to the deductions of bonus. So, if I told you, if any the employee is doing any fraud or misappropriation or there is a misconduct, whatever bonus has been paid, that the amount can be deducted from bonus. Whatever the loss is there, whatever the amount has been embezzled by the employee, if it is found guilty, then the amount can be deducted from the bonus. And what is the time limit? Whenever there is a dispute regarding the payment of bonus pending before the authority, under section 22, all the amounts payable to an employee by way of bonus shall be paid in cash by his employer within a month from the date from which the award becomes enforceable. And in any other case, bonus should be paid within a period of 8 months from the closing of the accounting year. Okay, so if any decree or if any dispute is pending within 1 month, in any other case, after completing the accounting year within 8 months, the employer is supposed to pay the bonus. Now, bonus is mentioned in the third schedule of Section 5 of the Industrial Disputes Act. Okay, so the Industrial Disputes Acts pertaining to the bonus relating to the industrial disputes between the employer and the employees, the following will be considered under the disputes: the Labor Court, the Industrial Tribunal, the National Tribunal, the arbitrators, and the inspectors. Now, who are the inspectors? The appropriate government, by providing a notification in the official gazette, might appoint such persons if it thinks fit to be the inspectors. So, the employer requires to furnish the necessary information and reasonable time will be given. The employer will be found in charge of the establishment of the premises. So whatever the documents or evidences, material registers are there, those should be provided. You should make the copies of or the extracts from any book. And he has the power to exercise such powers which can be prescribed under the Act, and every inspector shall be deemed to be a public servant under the IPC. So, as per the IPC code, he will be following the orders. And cognizance of offense, no court shall take cognizance of offense under this Act, except if there is any complaint made by the authority. And protection, no prosecution or no suit or any other legal proceedings shall be laid against the government or any officer of the government, which is done in good faith. Okay, so after you persuade all the things, you collect the material evidences and then you give your award or decree. So if it is done in good faith, you cannot have any legal proceedings against the government. Now, what are the liabilities of the employer? So section 4, 5, 7, 14, they compute the gross profits, available surplus, calculate the direct taxes payable by the employer, and complete the number of working days with regard to the employees. So every company need to pay the direct taxes. So the companies pay direct taxes. Their indirect taxes also paid by the company. But whenever a company is declaring the bonus, it has to pay the taxes. When it is making profits only, it is in a position to declare bonus, right? So definitely it has to complete all the legal provisions pertaining to the taxes. They need to compute the gross profits. Based on that, compute the surplus available and also calculate the number of working days for which the employees will be paid bonus. And section 19 says that the timely payment of all the amounts by way of bonus. So within 8 months of the completion of the accounting year, the bonus has to be paid. Section 26 says that preparation and maintenance of the records, whatever the records are to be maintained, they should be maintained adequately. And they have to submit the annual returns and also get their accounts audited. So what are the penalties? If any contravention of any of the provision of the act is there, the imprisonment up to 6 months or a fine up to 10,000 or both may be levied. Non-compliance of the directions, same will be the penalty. Failure to get the accounts audited as directed by the labor code, all the expenses of the audit shall be paid in default. Okay, so they have to be recovered whenever the audit has not been done. Now you have also the miscellaneous provisions. The miscellaneous provisions say that calculation of the amount payable as bonus. So whenever the company is calculating the surplus, okay, so how do you calculate? First of all, the gross profit is calculated. From the gross profit, the sums deductible under section 6 are deducted. And then we add the sum equal to the difference between the direct tax calculated on gross profit for the previous year and the direct tax calculated on the gross profit arrived at after deducting the bonus paid or payable to the employees. So whatever the figure you are arriving at, that is called as surplus. Of this surplus, 67% in case of a company that is other than a banking company, and 60% in any other case shall be called as an allocable surplus. So this is the amount which is available for the payment of bonus. So whatever profits are there, all the profits will not be paid as a bonus. You need to calculate the surplus. Now, how do you calculate the gross profit? So for the banking company, you have it specified under the first schedule, and in any other case, it is defined under the second schedule. So from that, what are the deductions which are available under section 6 of the income? As per the section 32 of the Income Tax Act, the depreciation is an admissible deduction and that has to be deducted. So what is admissible? When you're manufacturing and you have machinery with you, every year you need to depreciate your assets, and whatever depreciation is there, that can be shown as a deduction. And subject to the provisions of section 7, any direct tax what the employer is liable to pay for the accounting year should be paying on the profits and gains. Okay. And once the direct tax is payable, so how do you calculate the profits? So if any previous year's losses are there, you will brought forward all those losses, deduct from the profits. If any areas unabsorbed depreciation is there from the previous year, that will be accounted, and whatever the balance amount is there, that will be utilized for the payment of bonus. So what is the balance amount called? That is called as available surplus. So this surplus will be used in any other case other than the banking, 67%, and other cases, 60%. Coming to the next part, Equal Remuneration Act 1976. Now, why do you think that this act has been passed? Because there is no equality in remuneration payment. There is a lot of discrimination done in most of the industries based on the gender, based on the age. Though, if a child has been placed in the job, the payment is different. If a woman is there, the payment is different. And generally for a male person, the payment is higher. Even if you see in the construction, whenever you're constructing something at your house and you hire these laborers to do the work, you pay a different rate to a woman and you pay a different rate to the male person. So there is no equality of remuneration. So to provide this, the Equal Remuneration Act 1976 was passed. So what are the provisions? I mean, Equal Remuneration Ordinance, what does it say? It aims to provide the payment for equal remuneration, that is the payment of the equal remuneration to both men and women. So remuneration means the basic wage or salary and any additional emoluments. So whatever may be the emoluments which are paid in cash